Everyone is hyper bullish about Bitcoin and crypto in general for 2024. Now I'm bullish as well, but we have to tame our expectations. Because if we all expect that Bitcoin will hit new all-time highs in Q1 or Q2 of this year and we get disappointed, then what? Isn't it better to be slightly pessimistic and then get positively surprised rather than wearing those rose-colored glasses and be taken completely aback by surprise? In this video, I want to look at data. I want to look at charts you've probably not yet seen before. I want to talk about the potential bearish case. We want to be prepared for whatever happens. And one way to look at the current situation is to compare prior bear markets. In orange, we see how much did Bitcoin drop from the all-time high, the realized market cap from the all-time high. It went down 14% in the 2015 bear market, 16% in the 2019 bear market, and 18% in the 2023 bear market. Now, Ethereum is more volatile. Ethereum changes hands quicker, and so the realized cap can go down faster. It went down 24% first, then 31% and 36%, and recently 30%. Now there's an interesting scenario here, and that's this double dip in 2019. We clearly exited this 2018 bear market and recovered in 2019. But we didn't go straight up from 3.5K all the way to 60K. We had a drop here in between. And this is when Ethereum at least got a new low. So we didn't directly recover from minus 31% and went straight up again. We had another dip. Now this dip here, that's the Corona crash. This is, by the way, the Bitcoin price here. And that crash, if we exclude the intraday volatility, if we just look at day end prices, was 60%, more than 60%. Very few people actually took profit over here. Most people thought that the recovery continues, but it didn't go straight up. I also did not sell here. I did dollar cost average. I bought every month beforehand, but I didn't sell here. I simply just bought again in that Corona crash, as a lot of people did. Sometimes we can get out of a bear market. We can clearly long-term go up and still face massive volatility in between. Recoveries from bear markets don't go up in a straight line. They are volatile as well. So everybody is super bullish, but who knows how much additional buy pressure will come directly right now. Maybe there's a way to get the Bitcoin ETF further delayed. Maybe the Ethereum ETF applications get denied. Maybe Binance will face a liquidity crunch. There's all kinds of possible scenarios that could again push down prices. What would you do if Bitcoin suddenly crashed down to 20K? Would you buy or would you be panic selling? Now, where do I have those 20K from? I've got them from the realized price. The realized price is this orange line. The price hovers around the realized price, and that price is currently at 21,975. And we did fall below this during the Corona crash. This is again that 60% crash that we talked about. Don't understand me wrong. I do not think that this is the likely scenario, but I do think it's a possibility. The realized price is what the market in aggregate paid for Bitcoin. So this is something that you cannot calculate in traditional finance, right? We're looking at all of the Bitcoin that has ever moved, and we look at what price did that Bitcoin move. And thus we know if the market in aggregate is currently in profit or in losses. And currently, the market is pretty much 100% in profit. We don't see a lot of profit taking. We don't see long-term holders selling yet, but the market is in profit. And Bitcoin tends to hover around plus minus zero, right? Sometimes you are in losses, sometimes you are in profit. And currently that line is at 22K roughly. Here's the problem with crypto YouTube. People promoting becoming degen or buying 100x coins. That's what gives clicks, but that's not what's going to bring you forward. I refuse to take money from centralized exchanges. I refuse to take money from crypto projects. I refuse to pump and dump a coin and filling up my pockets in the background. I don't do any of this. Instead, I share my knowledge in the form of tutorials in the premium membership. So that's content that won't do well on YouTube, but that builds up skill over time. You can also directly contact me over there. You can directly pick my brain. Feel free to check it out. TheBitcoinStrategy.com is the link. Just play with that scenario, right? Get mentally prepared. What would you do if Bitcoin suddenly crashed for whatever kind of external event? Would you be buying more? And if yes, how much? Have a look at this chart. This is the year-to-date performance, so 2023, of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the altcoin market. Now, the altcoin market here is in purple. That's the lines. And we can see this pretty much underperformed to the rest up until October, November. That's when the altcoins suddenly started outperforming. They were underperforming ETH beforehand, but then in the middle of October, something changed and the altcoins outperformed. I think the reason for that is this graph over here. This is the stablecoin market cap. So the market cap of Tether, of USDC, of DAI and of BUSD combined. And this crashed after Terra Luna. So the Anchor protocol shut down, UST depegged from $1, the Luna token went to 0, and nobody wanted to be in crypto anymore. There were net redemptions, as in people withdrew their fiat currency. Tether was burned. Tether was taken out of circulating supply, and that went on for more than a year. And that changed at the beginning of October. Now we see again money flowing into the centralized exchanges, fiat being deposited, and with that also altcoin speculation rising. And thus altcoins can outperform pretty much since then. That chart of the stablecoin market cap is relatively low in volatility, so we can track pretty closely if it's currently a risk on or risk off environment. Currently it's risk on, and I expect this to continue throughout 2024. So I do expect altcoins to continue to outperform, especially Ethereum. Things do look very green, but we have to keep a close eye on everything. Bitcoin has to continue to appreciate. Long-term holders need to continue to keep holding and not selling. And the stablecoin market cap has to keep rising. Here's a different chart to look at the same thing. Again, with the Luna collapse, stablecoin market caps were shrinking. And now, since middle of October, it's expanding again. Not as quickly as before, but still an expansion. And this does lead to selected nice altcoin rallies. There's one thing I do not like about this recent stablecoin expansion, and that's how Tether is gaining more and more traction. It's gaining more and more market share within the stablecoin market. Tether is here in green, and USDC used to have quite a bit of market share, 37.8%. And now it went down to 19.6%. More than 7 out of $10 in stablecoins are in Tether. And who knows if Tether is really 100% backed. There are a lot of stories with a lot of potential question marks. If Tether was to go bust, then the altcoin market will go to pretty much zero instantly. I don't think that's likely, but still, we have to keep every potential scenario on our books. I think 2024 should not be the year of complete optimism. It should be the year of somewhat cautious optimism. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It will help the channel grow. There's also a free Telegram. Link is down below.